Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the top teams for the endless difficulty of Craze Shell Brute. And today is a crazy day because not only did Siren come out today, but today is the day that the first ever 5 Celestial Hypogean team is actually being used for top scores in Craze Shell Brute. Not the overall top ranking team, but it is like a very close second. And honestly, I didn't think that we were going to have a full 5-man Celestial Hypogean team. I thought that was just more of like a meme than actually would ever be viable, but it actually is. We'll come to that, but we're going to begin with the more free-to-play friendly options. So we have Jake's free-to-play version, and basically you can either run it with Odie or you can run it with Sinbad. It does do better with Sinbad, however Odie is like the replacement if you don't have Sinbad built. And just to show you like a look of this team formation, it will be main Phraesto on the right and Illusion behind Sonya buffing up Smokey and Odie. Smokey will be dealing high damage because it is an endless bosses, and Mikola to buff up the attack with the Blade Summon artifact that is going to increase the damage from Sonya and from Odie, because they're damage dealers that will rely on reducing the defenses of the Craze Shell Brute. Actually, I think Sonya is not going to get any damage off from this position because she's going to be the first one to be gulped. So it's just going to be Odie who's benefiting from this artifact, basically. But yeah, this is a great team. You can run it with Odie, but it would be better if you run it with Sinbad if you haven't built. And if you have, but otherwise this is a pretty free-to-play friendly team, only using Phraesto, which is for a long time being considered the optimal choice, even for free-to-play players especially. And if your resonating level is high, you are going to get a great score because, as you can see, the Mikola and Sonya, they're going to be cycling back and forth from being gulped by the boss. And while Mikola is being gulped, her Courage Sphere is going to continue to remain onto your allies who are outside of the clan, meaning the two Phraestos. And so Phraesto can get a lot of damage off from this position. Like, this is honestly a really good score. 12-15 of my very competitive server with a very relatively free-to-play friendly team. That is a good option, but of course it is also because we have a really high level of investment in this account. But either way, it's just showing you that it is a strong team. Okay, and then we showed you guys the Sinbad version. It would do probably a little bit better. Now we have Rio's team. I'm a big fan of this team because, again, this is very free-to-play friendly. You're using heroes which a lot of free-to-play players would have built up. It is, again, using the Blade Summon spell. Today for Craze Shell Brute, for some reason, Blade Summon is the best for all of the different teams. And you're going to have the main Phraesto in front of Shakir in the back, Sonya buffing up Smokey and main Phraesto, Illusion behind Sonya, and then Mikola behind the Smokey with the Blade Summon spell. Credit to Rio for coming up with this team. I'm a real big fan of this team because, again, it's quite free-to-play friendly. Shakir ends up in a pretty much perfect position. If you guys remember, and if you participated in the Primal Lord Craze Shell Brute from last season, this whole sort of team formation we have here would look very similar to you. Basically, Mikola being gulped, and then Shakir in the middle position, buffing up the Phraestos, and even the Smokey. This is like very similar to the team comp which was used for the Primal Lord. But in that, you were not using Sonya. But here, Sonya is even better. Because I think at that time, Sonya was not even released, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, now this is going to get a great score. Already, like, over breaking our record with, like, 13-14 seconds to spare. And we're going to get 66.3 billion damage, which is an amazing score, and potentially could go even higher. And that is going to be top 10 for this server, which is that is very competitive. Okay, let's move on to the next couple of teams that we have. We have a team that has been a team effort between Crow and Prince, and this is going to be a Harak Rainier Phraesto team combo, and even twins. So this is a 4 Celestial Hypogean team, and it isn't even one of the top teams. But if you have these heroes built, I don't know why you would honestly want to run it instead of Half Moon's team. But if you like Harak, then. But anyway, the overall 5 Celestial Hypogean team is also using Harak. But anyway, this is another team, and it is basically the best Harak team without Cryonaya. So that's why I wanted to include it. So Illusion Phraesto in front of the Elijah. Lower Twin, main Phraesto in front of Rainier, Rainier in front of Harak, Lila in the back, and Mikola on the right of the main Phraesto with the Blade Summon spell. So yeah, this is a very pay-to-win team. However, it is going to do better than all the teams we've shown up until this point. But that being said, it does not compete for the overall top rank of today. And that is a crazy thing, because you guys would have seen a preview. Half Moon's team, which is the overall top team of today, it is also one of the most budget and free-to-play friendly teams. The 5 Celestial Hypogean team, even though it's working, is kind of like a second best team right now, but is really close to the top rank. So I'm interested to do a run in both and see which one actually ends up doing better on my account. Now, right here, Mikola and Phraesto are going to be cycled, being gulped by the boss, which is good. The Cursory of Mikola should be active onto Harak here. He's stacked up as much as he can, 70.3 billion damage. That's a really good score. The top score of today from anyone has been 73 billion. So getting over 70 billion damage with this team, this is definitely a very solid team. But of course, it should be very solid if you're using 4 Celestial Hypogeans, right? Okay, now we're coming to the Cryonia team, 5 Celestial Hypogean team. This is where things just get crazy. When you look at this, you're like, how... This is not how the game should be. You should have some regular faction heroes being used in the teams, like, you know, Mikola, Smokey. There's so many good supports, Sonya for Dream Realm. However, for whatever reason, this team is working well. But it isn't the overall top team for today, but it's very close to it. And I think based on RNG or maybe even upgrades of the different heroes, this could be the top performing team for people. But yeah, it's just crazy to see the 5 Celestial Hypogeans on one team. You wouldn't think that it would actually work together. So main Phraesto in front of the Rainier Illusion in the back, Elijah blue-haired twin in the front, Lila pink-haired in the back, Cryonia in front of the Lila, and only Sterla bonded to the Harak with the Blade Summon spell. Now, the idea here is we're going to want to have Cryonia killed by the Harak. Because otherwise, she's going to prevent your team from getting off their damage. Like, it's fine for her to cast 2, maybe even 3 ultimates, because the time will be frozen for, like, the first 2.5 ultimates. But towards the end half of the 3rd ultimate, the time is still going to be ticking down. And you don't like that. And Harak is going to devour her before she even gets a chance to do that, which is perfect and optimal. So that is how Cryonia can be used. If you're going to use her in Endless Dream on bosses, you'll have to use her with Harak, and you will have to have her really optimally devoured after casting 2 ultimates. So like, she gets basically free damage off for those first 2 ultimates, but then after that, she's just Harak food. But she's probably pretty good Harak food because she does have high attack. Okay, so looking at this, it is a new record, almost 72 billion damage on our first run, and like we said today, 73 is the top of today, and with maybe better RNG, it's potential to get even higher. Cryonia did do pretty high damage, and Harak did a lot, of course. But this is not the overall top team. That is going to be Half Moon's team, and I want to run that, and I want to see what can we get of that on the first run. Honestly, this 5 Celestial Hypogean team, at first I wasn't even planning to put in the video, but just for like educational purposes, informational purposes, and also it's just interesting to think about, that is why I put in the video. So like, when you see these teams, it doesn't mean you have to recruit all of these heroes, because honestly, the top team of today is just using Phraesto and the twins, who are the 2 most important priority Celestial Hypogeans. So you're going to have the twins linked by the Stellar Bond onto the Phraestos, and let's take a look at the positioning of all of them. So main Phraesto and Illusion, main Phraesto behind the Sonya buffing up Illusion, and also the Smokey, and Elijah blue-haired twin in the front, Lila pink-haired twin in the back, with the Mikola on the right side with the Blade Summon spell. Yeah, this team is crazy, and I think the thing is, when we get Mystic Charms, Mystic Magic Charms, or Mythic Magic Charms, with the skill power, then teams involving like the buffers like Smokey, Mikola, they're going to get a bit more value. Even probably the Twins charm is going to give more value to them. Even Sonya's charms are going to give more value from a higher attack buff that she'll provide. And more importantly, Shakir's charms are going to get huge value because he will provide much higher attack buff, especially if all of your allies are grouped up all together. So things are going to change when that happens and we get the Mythic Magic charms. That is going to further favor these Phraesto twin comps over the like Harak Cryonia comp. So even if Cryonia is having a bit of action right now, basically don't feel like you do not have to feel pressured to build her. She's very niche so far in Dream Realm applications. She was using Snowstomp in the second best team, and in today's Crazy Shell Brute, she's using the second best team. We didn't get a new record with the first run of this team, but I have faith in this team that it will have the potential to get a record with RNG. We're gonna do some skip runs. I might meet you guys back if we do manage to get a new record. Okay guys, we got a new record, and that is gonna be top 173 billion damage. We did it. So this was only like a couple runs after the first run we did. We didn't have to skip that many, and I'm really happy with that because I did want the more free-to-play friendly team option to be doing better than the crazy 5 Celestial Hypogean team, and that is the case for right now, but they're really close, so that is why I just needed to mention that. Oh, and by the way, we have the new frame for completing the clan reputation quest. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. Hopefully from these teams you're able to get a top score from today. If there's any other team that worked out well for you, feel free to share them in the comment section. And I do appreciate that. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe. We're on a road to 20,000 subscribers. And also, guys, join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. I look forward to chatting with you there. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.